Hello, my name is Travis Close. Thank you, Chief and Council members, for your time. Today I will present a 5-year strategic plan to reduce gun violence, rebuild community trust, and modernize our crime analysis capacity. My ask is a pilot approval for staffing and technology beginning year 1 implementation. A problem snapshot. Portland faces complex drivers of gun violence and strained investigative capacity. Community trust has eroded, and our ability to analyze and act on data in real time is limited. Peer reviewers on this course highlighted these same concerns and posed specific questions about feasibility, resources, and measurements that I will answer in this presentation. Strategic goals. We have 5 clear goals for the next 5 years. Reduce shootings by a measurable percentage through targeted interventions. Increase clearance rates for gun crimes. Rebuild community trust through sustained engagement. Expand crime analysis capacity to support intelligence-led policing. Stabilize staffing, interagency coordination to sustain operations. 5-year roadmap with a 6-month checkpoint or 6-month checkpoints. Year 1 focuses on staffing and pilots. Hire 2 investigative crime analysis, fund a community engagement coordinator, and launch 2 neighborhood pilot programs. Every 6 months, we will report on deliverables, hire an onboard pilot launch, initial outcome metrics. Year 2 scales successful pilots, integrates RMS and CAD improvements. Year 3 and 5 institutionalized practices, evaluate impact. Checkpoints are concrete. Hire, complete tech RFP issued, pilot evaluation at 6 months, scale decision at 12, annual public reports thereafter. Budget and resources. Resources are required include 3 analysts, 1 coordinator, technology upgrades, analytic platforms, CAD, RMS, integration, training, community program funding strategy, a mix of general fund allocations for recurring costs, targeted federal and state grants for startup expenses, and relocation of overtime where feasible. Every 6-month checkpoint includes a budget, status update, and a contingency plan. Stakeholders and assigned task. Key stakeholders and roles. Portland Police Department or Bureau leads operations. City Council approves the budget and policy. County Sheriff and partner agencies will provide reciprocal resource agreements. Community organizations led outreach and feedback loops. An academy or a research partner conducts independent evaluations. Each stakeholder receives RACI assignments tied to the 6-month deliverables. Metrics to measure success and trust. We will measure the outcomes with both qualitative and quantitative indicators, shootings and non-fatal shootings, clearance rates, response times, repeat victimizations, and a validated community trust survey administered annually. Administrative metrics will be reported publicly at each 6-month checkpoint to demonstrate the transparency and accountability. Crime analysis capacity. To modernize policing, we propose adding 2 to 3 dedicated crime analysis and creating a centralized analysis unit that supports detectives and patrol with near real-time intelligence. Analysts will produce weekly hotspots and support targeted enforcement and prevention strategies. Addressing the peer review questions. Question 1. How will objects be accomplished within 5 years, including 6-month checkpoints? Objectives are broken into discrete deliverables tied to checkpoints, hiring, tech procurements, pilot launch, mid pilot evaluation, and scale decision. Each checkpoint has KPIs, higher onboards pilot neighborhoods showing primarily reductions in incidents. Process reports will be published every 6 months. Next question: what resources are necessary for the 5-year budget? Personnel, analysts and the coordinator, technology, analyst platforms, the CAD and the RMS, training, community program funds, the startup costs covered by grants, reoccurring costs by general fund, allocations, and relocated over time. Each budget line will be itemized in the year 1 budget submission. Last question for me was: which stakeholders assigned tasks to ensure success? PPB operations, city council funds and sets policies. The sheriff's office provides co-response agreements. Community organizations run outreach feedback. Researcher partner evaluates the outcomes. Each stakeholder signs a memorandum of understanding which deliverables tied to the 6-month checkpoint. Question from Morgan: what are major sources of current gun violence, domestic, gang, or other? Local analysts indicate that multiple drivers, group, gang conflicts, interpersonal disputes, and portion related to domestic incidents. The plan targets interventions proportionated to the local platforms, group focused outreach and enforcement in hotspot areas, domestic violence prevention referrals, and situational crime prevention strategies. Next question from Morgan: how will success and effectiveness be measured, including community trust? Success is measured by crime matrix, shooting clearance rates, operational metrics, response times, case processing, and validated trust measures will include annual community surveys and structured interactions assessments with the community. Combining administrative data with survey results provides a balanced view of effectiveness. Last question from Morgan. She also asked: what metrics will show automatic dispatch, integrated reporting, improve response times? Well, we will track the median response times before and after implementation, percent of calls meeting target response windows, and time from report to detective assignment. These metrics will be compared at the 6-month intervals to assess the impact. Questions from Tanya: how will engagement be sustained long term when initial interest wanes? Substantial relies on institutionalizing engagement roles, funded the community coordinator, embedding community feedback into policy through advisory boards, and publishing regular progress reports. And ongoing funding and staff roles prevent reliance. Second question from Tanya: how will community feedback be incorporated into the policy or operations? Feedback will be logged, triaged, assigned to responsible units within timelines. Quarterly policy reviews include community advisory input and document changes. The last question from Tanya: how will you measure trust beyond attendance or survey participation? In the addition to surveys, we'll use interaction quality assessments, repeat engagement rates, and changes in reporting behavior, such as the increase in non-emergency reporting as proxies for trust. All measurements will be triangulated to avoid the over-reliance on any single indicator. Closing call to action. In closing, I asked Chief and Council to approve the Year 1 pilot funding for 2 analysts, 1 community coordinator, and a technology RFP, approving The pilot allows us to demonstrate the impact within 12 months and scale that works. Thank you for your consideration.